You know, Big Tigger used to have the freestyle in the booth, and he would freestyle first.
In the basement.
Yeah. That was lit. Because then when he freestyles first, the next person, even though most time they don't freestyle, it's like sets the tone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what you should do when you have people on your do your interviews.
I could do that.
Because then they'll feel mad. They're like, this nigga doesn't even do this. Like,
yeah. Oh, he's cooking me right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's cooking me. No, but then I'm the type of guy, like, I feel that I'm multifaceted in terms of my abilities. If I get somebody from a specific field telling me that I'm good at something, I'm going to be like...
I'm going to be gassed.
I'm going to be gassed to the point where like, yeah, nigga, I'm better than you.
Like Kanye was singing.
Exactly. So I don't want to get too much confidence from fields that I'm not really a part of. You see me?
I disagree with that. I think you should. I think that's like an extra feather in your cap that your confidences can't be shot after that. It's like, listen, not only am I great at this, but by the way, I can wrap circles around you.
Then niggas won't pull up for the interviews. Can't be out here.
They're gonna be scared.
Embarrassing niggas.
Yo, imagine you're scared to do an interview with a bad because you out rap you.
It's better than you,
dude. None of the rappers are gonna come by, bro.
What? That's crazy.
Ralph is doing what Joe Budden should be doing. That's the truth.
Starting potting and getting into rap as opposed to rapping and then getting into potting. That's very interesting.
No, you say it's gonna be a podcast and then you just start like battling them. Like you get them comfortable and say, "So your album," ask them about their album, and then like 3 questions in, it's just the beat drops and it's
let's get it. You and me right now. Let's go.
Exactly.
Versus. Speaking of Joe Budden, I feel like he's had one of the greatest rebrands.
Yeah, for sure.
Of all time. So speaking of rebrands now, so Joe Budden had a good one, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Young Berg was the producer, hitmaker. I had no idea.
How did you find out?
Shade Room. How I find out most of my information and news.
Checks out.
Yeah.
I'm happy you follow the Shade Room for the both of us. I haven't followed the Shade Room in years, but I'm happy that you follow them. Like I get to get the information because I feel like you're not going to tell me the bullshit that they have on there,
No, I'll weed out the good information.
Yeah.
Like,
so I
Young Berg being hitmaker caught me off guard.
So I had no idea either. I found out from an old podcast and I didn't know like his whole story. So apparently he was like a really good rapper, really young, and like everyone wanted to sign him. And he had like this amazing demo that was circling around and Young Money wanted him, type of stuff. So I'm thinking he had this 1-2 track. They're just putting him on BET now, BET then. Apparently he was like a whole thing. So
no, that man been in front of and behind the mic. So that's very interesting. I had no idea. Like that shit caught me off guard. I thought Young Berg just went to like the hollowed room of like other one-hit wonders. Like, they just disappear into whatever. Yeah, that's what I thought. But he went in the room, he turned around, he came back out, a new man, hitmaker.
No one's ever done this before, I don't think.
No, go from rapper to like top producer and stop rapping?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think
sometimes
so.
Sometimes producers rap a little bit and sometimes rappers like start producing. Like J. Cole probably produces, more now than he did like 5 years ago in his career.
Yeah. But to just cut rapping cold turkey, I don't think I've ever seen that.
That is...
Pierre Bourne went the opposite way too. He went producer and he's rapping, isn't he?
I saw on Twitter someone put Pierre Bourne as one of the worst 3 album runs in the history of hip hop.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in that conversation.
And you know who they put number 1? Can y'all guess? Very popular rapper was at number 1.
Worst 3 album run?
Yeah, in the history of hip hop, they were saying.
History of hip hop.
Yeah,
I didn't. Someone popular?
Very popular.
Very popular.
I didn't trust this list at all.
Male or female?
Male, and they're on tour right now. Like it's a giveaway.
Travis?
Lil Baby.
You know what? I'm not big on the Baby albums.
Okay,
I'm big on the Baby singles.
Yeah. I was making an argument that Lil Baby he's not a Meek Mill level, but I'm not dying to hear Lil Baby in the club. Like freestyle,
have to play freestyle.
Let's give it a go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pure Cocaine depends on the day, but other than that, there's no Baby song that I'm like.
He doesn't have a memorable album to me. I'll say that at least. But there's singles that go hard, and his feature game is on point when he's with the right people. So I'll show him respect to that. I'm not saying worst is crazy.
I thought that was wild. Yeah,
out there. There's a lot of wild niggas out there you could put. But yeah, his album run. I can't honestly tell you one album that I was like, yo, like I gotta bump this.
You know who's a big Lil Baby fan, and he's not here, but Omari. When me and Demar were doing our album of the year review, like choosing our albums, whatever, I'm just talking to everyone about like the favorite albums.
Yeah.
Man, Omari goes, the Lil Baby album, I'm still bumping it. And I'm like, why? But he's like, it's one of the best albums of the year. And I'm just like,
last year's album?
Yeah. If y'all could see Chris's face when he said that.
Shit, man. Omari's not here for another episode. I really bullied this nigga.
Damn.
I got him the fuck out of here.
Talk about black on black crime.
Crazy. Omari has an interesting work schedule. So, you know, it's a little bit tougher for him to make appearances. But when he does, the listeners, the fans, and us, we're here. We're waiting for him.
You got to welcome him with open arms after what you did to him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I listened back for a fourth time. And now I have the time codes of when I disrespected him. So, Omari, all 18 times I apologize.
Maybe bring some chips to the next one, or like a nice little fruit basket.
Nah, we know about Omari and chips. Y'all seen that video.
We're getting it carried away with ourselves, guys. We're back. The fans are back. You guys click Spotify. You guys click Apple. You guys click YouTube. Doesn't matter, but you see us, you hear us, you feel us. Our presence in your living room, your car, wherever the fuck you are embracing this content. This is episode 37 of the Mayor's Office podcast.
Yep.
Happy to be here. My name is Ralph, a.k.a. the Mayor, a.k.a. the Last Airbender, a.k.a. whining on road because Caribana is on its way.
My bad.
I never used to go to Soca Fets. Anti-Soca Fets, not my thing. I don't hate Soca, just wasn't my thing. I'm going to like 2 Fets Caribana weekend. I already went to another Fet this earlier this summer.
Wow.
I'm out here, bro. I'm out here.
I think what it is that you dated Soca shorties. You told me before that was like part of your MO. But
part of my MO. I got on the list. You have to go to Fets and listen to Soca.
Unintentionally, but somehow
unintentionally.
It
happens. It happens. Yeah, for sure.
But like going to those events with your shorty when you're not a Soca man yourself, but your shorty is
the worst.
Is a whole different energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you probably wouldn't be here regardless, but you're like, I can't even enjoy this, even though I wouldn't be here regardless.
Yeah.
Now you have the opportunity as a free man, like
straight out the pen,
straight out the bin to really do your thing. Introduce myself, Adriel Smiley Official, AdrielSmiley.com, The Godfather. I am not as...
You're not going to be on the road?
I might.
Okay.
I have work that day, so it just depends.
Well, I mean, for the weekend, you doing anything for the weekend?
One of our friends of the show is doing something.
Friends of the show?
For their birthday. I like to leave them unnamed. You have no problem dropping their name. But they're doing something for their birthday.
What does their name rhyme with? You could at least do that.
I think rhyming is giving it away.
Just do it. Who cares?
It's Amani, but yeah.
What does Amani rhyme with?
Yeah, what does Amani? I'm like, what does Amani rhyme with?
Yeah,
Amani.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's doing something for her birthday, so I'll probably pull up to that.
Shout out to Amani. I seen she did that Foodville ad recently, so big ups to her.
Let's not forget about Chris.
Hey.
Who?
Our producer.
Oh shit, Chris. Do your thing, man.
Hey, here we go, man. Yo, Mr. I don't know why I said Mr.
Is it Mrs.?
No, it's definitely a Mr. I mean, you know.
I would hope so.
Hey, big ups. We are here, Mayor's Office, Chris, Stacks Edwards, 1990 Studios. We're getting it going. And yeah, 3 of us, let's rock it.
For sure. A lot of testosterone in the room.
I think we got to have like a drop of Chris saying big ups.
Big ups?
I don't know why. That just seems like something we got to have.
We need 5 Caribbean phrases and we just record Chris saying it and those could be our drops.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I like that.
Me too.
Yeah. Are you
Big
comfortable swearing? Like patois swearing? Like bomba clock? Are you comfortable with it? Like genuinely.
Am I comfortable with it?
Yeah, for our drops.
I mean, I'm comfortable with anything, but are other people comfortable with it? That would be my question.
There's white Jamaicans.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
are white Jamaicans for sure.
And that's not a racial thing. Like,
you know what? How about we'll play it by ear, you know? Like we have him say it and then we decide how we feel about it.
I will send it to C4, and if C4 feels offended,
yeah. That's true.
Then
That's true.
We have to get an authentic Jamaican.
Yeah. No,
That's
C4
fair.
will
See the validity of it. Yeah.
He might, if he was in here, he might just say no off the rip.
Yeah.
You know?
I think he'd enjoy it.
Or we have to give us 100 likes on this video.
100
likes for a bumble clot. Let's get
I'll
it.
say whatever you want. 200? 200, I'll do it on camera.
Yeah, you want to get Rasta Santa Claus and Chris going back to back?
Crazy.
Oh, man.
Who thought I would be the one having the least amount of Jamaican accents on this show?
That's wild,
Who would've
actually.
thought?
And you've been to Yad very recently.
Very, very recently.
So talk to me. What's going on in the world today?
Well, I just went recently to a wedding for one of my friends. He's the first one of our friend group to get married.
Oh, shit.
So that's like when someone's the first out the group to get married, it really is a big deal because it changes the dynamic of the group. If all y'all are not married, even if all y'all have girlfriends, it's still like a will they, won't they, when will they type of deal.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I was telling his dad, he's probably the one out of all of us we would have thought would be the last one to get married. Just because he's like total class clown, goofball. Like
he grew out of it, or is he still that type of nigga?
Still the same way. Still the same, more mature for sure, but still like goofy, like a jokester.
Mm-hmm.
But him and his girl been together 12 years. So
damn.
And it's a real 12, no breaks. Not a 12. That's a 9.
I haven't had the same phone number for 12 years.
Damn. Yeah, I was like, it's commendable, bro.
Yeah.
No, people don't do anything for 12 years.
No.
So
especially this like generation, this era.
Yeah, no, we were all kind of happy for him because they've been in high school, so it was some real high school sweetheart shit. And I got to MC the wedding, my first time MCing a wedding.
Wow.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, I was grateful they thought of me. I had this rule that this is a rule I'm letting loose to the people because this was behind closed doors and exclusive at first.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna let everyone in on this. At the wedding, while I was MCing at the beginning, I said, we're going to play a game, okay? Anytime somebody cries, we take a drink. And everyone loved that. The issue was there wasn't as much crying as I thought there would be. The first person to cry was his dad. And as soon as his dad cried, everyone the room full of people at the same time. And I was like, this is what you call unity. So if we can unite on someone else's tears, I love that.
I like that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
How would you rate your MC experience and your performance out of 10?
I would say 9.
9. Room for improvement.
One thing I did wrong, which I think nobody really noticed, but it was like at the beginning. It's like when you blow a layup on your first shot of the game. Yeah. I announced that the food was ready when it wasn't.
Oh, you can't do that with black people.
Yeah. Like I started because they were saying, introduce yourself, get the food prayed for, and then we'll start, right? So got the food prayed for. And I said, okay, tables 1, 2. All I get is like a bunch of texts. No. Like stall for 30 more minutes. So
31 more minutes?
Yeah. Whoa. So I came back and just,
I would have been hot.
Yeah, no, it was smooth. Everyone kind of, didn't really notice, I don't think. But that's the only thing I'll say is like, you cannot say the food is ready when it's not.
Yeah, you can't fuck that up.
Yeah, you got the whole like kitchen staff and like hosts, everyone just like sweating out like Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that was the only mess up. But other than that, I thought I did good. I got a lot of praise, and people were like, "Yeah, when I get married, I want you to MC my wedding." Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Well, good luck to you."
Any bridesmaids try to talk to Mr. Smiley?
Honestly, it was not really any of that. There were some looks, but no words were exchanged.
Nobody stepped to you.
No one stepped to me, and it was honestly a lot. Most of the people that we knew, like, there was a lot of us who grew up together.
Also her side too.
Yeah. They've been together 12 years, so everyone knows everyone. The one thing I will say, and I was saying this to the DJ because he didn't know anyone there, is that because we all grew up together, it's like seeing everyone's like little cousins, little sisters, little brothers is like mind blowing. I'm sure that some of the people that last time they saw me, I didn't have a beard, did not have braids. And I'm seeing some like of my friends like little sisters growing up now with the body yaddy yaddy, and I'm just like, it's mind blowing. And mind you, they're probably not that much younger than us in reality. 2, 3, 4 years.
But you saw them when they were kids.
When you see them as kids, you're not thinking about them like that.
I've had that dilemma. Like I don't see somebody that's like family adjacent, not blood or anything, for a decade or something, and then I'm only thinking about them when they were like 16. Now they're 26 and they're bodied up, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yo, if I didn't know you in that setting, like I'm a shark right now. Like I would go and like, see Wagwan. But yeah, that's an interesting dynamic. What is also interesting, I would say, is we're getting to the age now, like everybody's getting married, right? This past weekend, I went to a housewarming for my boy. Shout out Corey, shout out Shannon. And I was talking to one of my boys, and he's a little older than me. And I said to him straight up, I'm like, yo, if I don't find somebody or if I don't get married, I'm not too stressed about it anymore. I think when I was younger, I'm like, yo, 27, 28.
What changed? That's interesting.
I don't know. I just feel
I'm
like
happy for that.
I feel like I'm so focused on like my own personal shit and like doing the pod and like my own personal happiness and dropping interviews and whatever that and the film. I just don't see it for me right now.
I like that. I like that for you, honestly. I feel like this is something I was saying to one of my friends is like, I think some people, just being with someone is better in a vacuum. No matter the person, no matter the context, just having someone is better. And I feel like I don't necessarily feel that way. I think that's very person dependent. Like if I were to meet someone who I think is amazing, I'm like, being with you may be better than being alone. But just in general, I think being alone is usually the best way to go.
It has its perks, man. It has its perks. Obviously, it has its downsides and whatever. But if you keep yourself busy, if you are one to develop projects, if you're creative, I think personally, you don't have to stress trying to find that other person. That's how I feel. Like I've been on a lot of dates in the last like year. I've been single for a year now. Been on a lot of dates. Yeah. I appreciate it. Put a round of applause. Hey, drink chance. Single for a year. Been on a lot of dates. Met a few people. And it's like, I met some great people and people that could potentially be that person. I just never like, I'm not stressed if I don't take anybody like long-term serious.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm ruling that out as an option, but such is life. Whatever happens, happens. Yo, it's hot as fuck for you, eh?
Oh,
you sweating like a motherfucker.
I just think about the sun and it's over for me.
Yeah.
But you're transitioning to a new part of your life. Like, before you were more of a player.
Whoa. Turn off the round of applause for that one. Da, boo. Nah, this guy did the horns.
Now you're more of a coach.
Yeah, okay. Where are you transitioning to? This sounds like a transition.
Yeah, of course. You talk about your team, your league. I started hooping again recently, so right. I was just like, this is what I've been missing.
Yeah.
But talk about, the success that your team has been having.
Yeah, we just popped in a little men's league, nothing too crazy. Legacy Hoops, shout outs to them. It was their first. This is the inaugural season. So I don't know when you guys are listening to this, but like playoffs just kind of started, 3 rounds and stuff. And yeah, we didn't lose yet, so that's cool. But like the competition level, there's some good players in there.
Get a load of this guy.
I'm not a great basketball player like that. We just built a team.
This guy said we didn't lose yet. That's just regular.
We just built a team that like maybe the overall level of the team was above what we thought was going to happen because it's inaugural. So we don't know who's in it, who's not, right? Yeah. Like there's some good players. The dude dropped 40 on us. Shout outs to Felix. So actually don't shout that nigga out. He gave us 40. But anyway, but yeah, playoffs is coming. So hopefully we can transition, get the chip. And it's good for me to get back out there and hoop a little bit. And the league's not crazy serious. So like I can get my feet wet a little bit and see what's up. But yeah, shout outs to the dudes on Squad Zero.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that y'all doing well, and I haven't taken an L yet because the last men's league team that I played on.
He told me you're like disaster shit, bro. Like falling all over the place and shit.
Losing games for no like. Yeah, like you know what? It used to be like you would have been pissed. Like I feel like if you're any type of a smart basketball player, you're just gonna be like even more pissed.
100%.
Because what was happening was, you know how sometimes teams like they always want to run in transition. Or like, as soon as the ball goes up, someone's yelling, "Get back, get back!" We were 0 for 2. Like, every team would kill us in transition, no matter who was on their team. It could have been the freaking water boy running around, and it was just layup after layup after layup.
How'd you guys finish that season?
We didn't make the playoffs.
Oh shit! You guys were last place?
Not last place. Now there's a couple teams that were straight booty cheeks. So we were better than them, but like I think we were 3rd from last. Like we were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I played bad as well, so I can't really say nothing.
A lot of rebound.
Oh yeah, we're rebuilding. Rebuilding team for sure.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna make the team like more stacked because I didn't know the level, but then like thank God I didn't because it's to where we need to be. So yeah. Shout outs to the boys.
Yeah. Before we talk about anything music, I do want to talk about the aliens.
Definitely.
The news came out. We've all known this for a while. But them saying that they have non-human bodies. Before we even get into that, what is your like projection for the aliens look like? Let's just spitball it here.
What they look like?
Yeah, because
you didn't even ask me if I think they exist or not. What they look like?
I know you think they exist.
We know.
Yeah.
I think they're bipedal for sure. Definitely 2-foot walkers. Gray. Yeah.
No skin routine.
No skin. I don't know, man. Like when I see aliens, I picture obviously like the UFO with a big head, big black eyes and shit. But
no pupil.
Yo, these it could be anything. Yo, they could look humanoid. They could look more animalistic features, like a bear. Like you never know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I believe that aliens exist. I've always believed in my heart that aliens exist. Like even from a child, like not even on some cartoony shit. Like I just believe that there was life somewhere else. So for people to now hear these things that are coming out, like I was that dude that was like on YouTube, like fucking looking at like UFO sightings and shit like that when I was younger. I just didn't trust like
Bob Lazar.
Yeah, I just didn't trust the shit that they're spewing to us, and I feel like the reason we didn't know about UFOs or the general population didn't believe in UFOs is because. Anyway, let me take my tinfoil hat.
Tell us why.
I feel like it's just a position of control in a sense, right? Like that could flip your whole beliefs upside down, like how you believe you live your day to day. Like even when it goes down to something like your creator, you know what I mean? Like so many religions are based on us being like just us, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that can cause chaos depending on how you view things. Like you could still maybe aliens do exist and your religion is right, but it was just adjusted in a certain way that you're meant to believe something different. So for me, I always believed they existed, but that contradicts a lot of beliefs like from my family. So I keep my mouth shut.
Fair.
It is what it is. Hey, who knows? Maybe they don't exist and this is all a way to distract us from something. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Let me take my tinfoil hat off.
No, keep it on for the segment for sure.
Yeah, we're wearing
and for the next segment too. We need the conspiracy to fuel this podcast.
Oh my God.
Chris, what about you? Do you believe the aliens exist?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I definitely think they exist, and what they look like, I'm not sure. I could see them being like smaller, just based on like the crafts that you see and like just like the evolution and like what people have said. But people have also like said like different styles of aliens. Like there's the Greys. You said the Greys, so that's like a type of alien, right? The Greys. Then there's like other kinds that they think they are, or like they look like humans, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think they exist. But then a part of me is also like, right now, what they're feeding us, I'm like, you've probably heard about this recently, where they're like, you know, like how COVID was like a thing to like control people, and now they're like, what's the next thing they're gonna tell us about aliens? Because what's gonna make us be controlled again is like everyone being scared of aliens. So like right now, I'm like, I don't know what they're telling us. I don't know if it's true, but I 100% think they exist.
And the conspiracy episode here, yo.
Hey, buddy, where's Alex?
He's like, yeah, we're here for it.
And I said the Greys, yo.
Yeah, when he said the Greys, I was like, he knows. And Ralph said, I said too, why are they telling us this? Because that's what I thought about when the news came out yesterday from the hearing, is that like as a black person, you're just like predisposed to not trust the government.
Facts.
That's just, you know, like, especially with the vaccine and stuff, anything that's government like pushing, some people are like, why would the government lie? Like I've heard that so many times. As a black person, you think the opposite. So it's like, this news isn't necessarily confirmation for us because it's like, it's not because the government said it that it makes it true.
Yeah.
But the questions you're asking of why are they saying it? What does that mean? And I brought this up before. There's this, I guess, UFO sighting that happened 60, 70 years ago. And the rumor is that after that happened, a bunch of technology improved like drastically. Like say technology usually takes about 30, 40 years to advance to the next level. And all the advancements advanced in like 5 to 8 years after this happened. And so the rumor is that like, you know, they got it from the aliens, the UFO, the ship they found, and they got all the technology from it. And, you know, you said, why are they telling us? It's like, how would we feel if we thought that all this technology that we've gotten that's improved our lives didn't think of themselves? Like part of people believing the government and even like scientists, engineers, people who are technically smarter than us is from seeing the stuff they create. It's like, oh, you made this camera better. Oh, this ship has done something I never seen before.
Yeah.
If people knew that wasn't their idea, their creation.
No, how you view life will completely change.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How you view your day-to-day, what's important to you right now, what's not important to you will completely flip. You see how like you'll be with somebody at work or like even a part-time job and like that small microaggression that they had to deal with that day from a customer is like the biggest thing in the world to them.
Yeah.
Bro, you find out aliens exist, man. None of that shit fucking matters. Whatever Sarah said in the back room about you, you're worried because fucking E.T.
Yup.
exists.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think there's a good and bad in kind of controlling things. The good in it is you get society to function in an accurate way. Everybody's like ants in a row. Things get done, et cetera, as opposed to the chaos. But if there's things out there, we deserve to know, bro. Who are you to say that I don't deserve to know this, right?
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
that's how I view it.
And what's an accurate way? You know, like why? Who decides what an accurate way that society like moves?
The man.
Yeah.
Who's
The man?
Who's the man?
That's a question that we've been asking since slavery.
Before. The thing too is I think that, again, as a Black people, we're not the majority. So our inherent distrust of government is only a small piece of, the population of what people are believing. So people trusting the government is a huge part of just life in general. Go back to the vaccine.
Yeah.
If everyone distrusts the government the way Black people do, where are we right now?
Facts.
That's a part of what it is. It's like, even when the Great Depression happened, people took all their money out of the banks, they didn't trust it. And the president had to go on TV and say, please trust the banks because I said so. And they trusted the president and they did. So it's like things like that. It's like if you don't trust the government, what is the government going to do? And you see
They lose their purpose.
In a sense. So I think that's a big part of it. But here's my thing, and this is probably the last thing I'll say before we move on, is like, we don't know what the aliens' agenda is. Like, we talk about us trying to go to the moon, going there maybe once, maybe twice, not going back. The moon was kind of a hit it and quit it for us. But these aliens from other planets, other places are coming here, apparently. So what's that about? Is it friendly? Is it not? We don't know what that's about. So that's my thing, is that like, I don't really trust that it's friendly. I think that's what I've gathered, just because we're involved.
I think it's, and this is my last point to all of this, I think it's very narcissistic. I think it's very, I'll just go with narcissistic for us to believe that in this vast universe,
we're the only ones.
We're the only intelligent species on this planet. This planet is the only planet that has intelligent species that can create transportation, our own language, create an ecosystem that we've created. Yeah. It is extremely ignorant for us to think that.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's like, who do you think we are?
Yeah. We're him.
All of us as a whole, like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you're right. I can't wait to get back to this because I think the conspiracy pod is a lot here for us. I feel like I
gotta download the X-Files theme.
For sure.
I'll put it on. Well, the listeners are going to be like, we're hearing it now. What's he talking about?
Yeah. I think it's very interesting, man. I can't wait to see how that progresses. There's a documentary coming out that you actually put me on to.
For sure.
About female hip hop. It is the anniversary, hip hop 50th anniversary. And in this trailer for this documentary, 2 huge figures were left out. Missy Elliott and Nicki Minaj.
And female hip hop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So what do you think that's about? What are your theories on that? Because I feel like Missy, I think is crazy in the first place, but Nicki is like,
I think the producers of this, I don't know who produced this. I don't know like how this got through the cutting room floor or whatever, but I do believe that there wasn't a lot of handshaking and ass kissing that maybe didn't go behind that decision of not having Missy Elliott and Nicki, because I saw like, and this is no negative energy towards any of these artists. It's good that you're on it, but I saw like Lotto and some other people on it, and I'm just like, you know what? You guys deserve to be in the doc, but for someone to pick you and not pick Nicki is like, or maybe they reached out to Nicki, maybe they reached out to Missy, but without those two, a lot of these people that they did put in the doc would not exist. So
Yeah. I think my guess is they probably reached out. Nicki was like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can just omit her from the documentary.
Definitely not.
Because the people you're naming is like, that's Nicki.
Can you pull up the doc and just see like the list of people that are potentially in it?
Yeah, because I think that you just can't do this doc without Nicki and Missy. Like, they don't exist without them.
100%.
What's the name of the doc?
Just type female hip hop doc.
Yeah.
And we'll cut this. We'll pretend like we knew the name the whole time.
Who cares?
Yeah, they already think we're misogynist.
I'm like, yeah, to me, here's my thing. I would argue that those are probably the two most influential female MCs in history.
Yeah.
Am I missing someone who's above them? Like
from that era, we'll say early 2000s.
Not even that era, just in general. Like, what female MC is more influential than Missy or Nicki? You
gotta throw Remy in there. Little Kim. You gotta throw Kim, and I don't think Lauryn Hill's in it, actually.
I would say these two are more influential than both of those.
I would agree, but I'm saying I don't think Lauryn Hill's a part of it.
Lauryn Hill not being in it actually makes some sense to me, just because as a solo artist, she was more R&B than rap. And so I think there's something there. But it makes no sense to me that Nicki's not in it. Nicki also has an album coming out, so I feel like this would be like
good promo
press for her. But very, very, very interesting that she was just totally disrespectful. But again, Nicki has beef for everyone. Nicki is on her Drake shit of like,
she don't really shake hands just for the sake of shaking
whole
hands.
Game.
Any luck with that list?
I got some of the names. I don't know if it's the full list though.
We'll take a couple.
We got MC Light, Queen Latifah, Rod Digga, Tierra Wax, Sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
We got Sweetie on there, not Nicki, bro.
Yeah, this list doesn't make...
No disrespect to Sweetie, but we got Sweetie and not Nicki, bro.
Cardi
makes
B.
No sense. Cardi B makes sense.
100%.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's probably people like they didn't get involved in it and then they just kind of just went on with it and had them in there. But you got to at least like show something or mention them.
All right. Guess we have to watch it.
I think the beef though is probably why. I didn't think of this earlier, but I think it's the beef. Because I think like Nicki influenced so many of these artists, like Cardi, Meg, like Lotto, Sweetie, like Nicki's clearly the influence there. But Nicki has like taken shots or like straight up beefs with a lot of these women.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like Cardi's in it. I'm sure.
I think Ice Spice is in it too.
Yeah, but Ice Spice is Team Nicki.
She is.
But it's like
that's crazy that there's teams now.
But it's true.
Team
it's like
Cardi and Team Nicki.
Did you see that interview where they asked Cardi on the red carpet like if her and Nicki will ever work together, and she just laughed?
Yeah, they're seriously.
Yeah, so it's like I'm sure Cardi was like, I ain't doing it if Nicki's doing it, and I'm sure like they probably asked Cardi about like Nicki influencing her or whatever, and she probably got super short with her answers and was like, no, because that is the one, not the one thing, but one of the few sad things about female hip hop right now or in general is like
they beef heavy.
And it's the top people beefing. Like, think about people beef with Drake. Like that happens. People always trying to take shots, whatever. But no artist is gonna act like Drake didn't influence them. Like they're not gonna go that far. You know, they might say, I used to be a big fan of you, but now
that's fair.
I'm going at you. So I think that's just what's the female pettiness, honestly, is what that is. Yeah, I don't know. Rough.
You're watching the doc, Chris? Watching the doc right now?
No, not right now.
Like, are you going to watch it?
We're recording a fucking podcast.
I don't know. Sorry, I was looking for the thing that I kind of lost.
No, are you going to watch it?
Oh, yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Okay, for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Why, you don't think I'll check it out?
No.
You think I hate women, dude?
We're the misogynistic podcast, apparently.
I don't think you hate women. Maybe it's women who rap. Like, once they're not rapping, love them.
By the way, I'm still looking for a female co-host.
Ooh.
So what's going on there?
Yeah,
tell a friend.
Yeah, that has to be something we gotta make a list. Maybe we gotta do it like a
draft,
like Drewski's tryouts.
Oh my god!
Oh man,
they thought we were misogynistic before.
Did you see the recent ones?
No, I gotta watch it. I just saw some
know
clips.
What
you know what I'm talking about?
With the girl? Yeah, I saw the clip.
I think you sent it to me though.
Yes, I think I did.
Yeah.
Shout out Drewski, man.
I said, don't say a word.
Yeah. Drewski's in an interesting spot. I'm going to see how his career goes because everyone freaking hated his tour. So
yeah, his tour is weak. But if he gets into acting and like doing shit like this fake like American Idol type shit, like that's a good look for him.
Yeah. let's transition talking about sports. It is really a dead time. Super dead time.
Yo, my boy just hit the podcast. Not the podcast. My boy, he just hit the group chat and he literally said today, funny how you just said that. He said, sports needs to come back. Fuck.
No, it's just baseball and like race.
No, it's boring as hell right now. Bro.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's boring as hell.
Team Canada might be the best Team Canada ever. Big shout out to my guy Cassius Robertson on that team. I actually played with him, so
okay.
Someone actually played with him on the select team.
So you're Team Canada level? Or when you were younger, were you on the trajectory?
Yeah, one step
away.
You
were one step away from Team Canada level.
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second.
Not at all.
Adriel's going to be like that old guy in the bar, like, oh, I was this close, but I hurt my knee.
Yeah, tell his kids, you see that guy on TV? Yeah, I used to play with him.
I trained him.
Bro, funny story. So this is a nigga that I used to go to school with, right? And, like Steph Curry grew up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one time he was giving me a ride home and he was like, yo, man, I used to play with Steph. So I'm like, okay. So the man's like, yeah, I don't really like to show people this and tell people this, but look at this picture here. So he has a team picture and like him and Steph are like fucking 5 people apart.
I'm screaming.
And the picture's like grainy and shit. He's like, yeah, I don't really like to tell people this, but I played with Steph. I'm like, nigga, you played with Steph when he was like 11 years old, bro.
Bro, tell people
Shut
it's okay.
The fuck up,
it's
man.
okay.
It's not that serious, bro. The man made it seem like it was a rite of passage, like, you know what I'm saying? But
no, that happens. It's the thing is like when people tell the story too, they make it so much closer than it actually is.
It's not that serious.
This is a totally not a sports thing, but there's a girl that I was dating at one point who she was telling the story about how she phrased it as the time I almost smashed Roy Woods. She told the whole story. There was no almost smash to the story.
I would never even claim that story. I would just like, if it came up in but obviously not. Hey. But I'm saying like for her, right? Mm-hmm. For her to say, yo, I got the story of how I almost slashed a celebrity or celebrity adjacent. That's not even a conversation, bro.
Why is that? We'll move on. Because they think we're misogynistic now.
No, but even if we had a woman here, she would say that too. Like, yo,
no, for sure. Anybody.
Come on, man.
Your worth and love for yourself as a human should not be based on who you sleep with. That's as simple as that.
You don't need that in your highlight reel.
Bring them back.
Screaming.
Bring them back.
Yeah, they're back in now. This team: Jamal Murray, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, RJ Barrett, O'Shea Brissett, Dylan Brooks.
SGA, isn't it?
Lou Dort, SGA, Corey Joseph.
Brooks.
Kevin Pangos. Yeah, Brooks, Dwight Powell.
It's a good team.
I think this team could cause some real damage.
Can medal.
I think we have maybe the best backcourt in the whole tournament. Like, even better than even better than I would say the American team. I don't think Jokic is playing. Wemby's not playing. I know Luka's going to be playing, but like a lot of the stars are not playing in this tournament, so we do have a shot. But we are probably the country that has the most potential that's untapped. For
sure.
Yeah,
I would say these next 2 Olympics coming up, like this is our shot right now.
Yeah,
and continuing forward because like we got a lot of young guys that are coming up. Like I don't think Shaden's playing. Yeah. There's a lot of younger dudes that are coming into the game right now.
The dude who just got drafted, Leonard Miller.
Yeah, exactly. So I am very appreciative of that as like a Canadian that loves basketball, like to see where it's growing. If we had a full roster, if you take every single Canadian that's in the NBA right now or playing high level basketball, we could compete in this upcoming Olympics.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know the situation with Wiggins and Team Canada and whatever, but if he plays too, like that's another all-star level player on our team. Yeah, we have good shots, man.
Yeah, I think too, because I look at some of these other teams that do well all the time, like Australia. Australia has been a top 5 international team for 5-6 years now. Like, even when Ben wasn't playing, they've always been that team. But I don't see Australia as way more talented than we are. I
agree with that.
So seeing the success they have year after year, we have the talent to be on that level. And two, it's like the only issue I have is a lot of Canadian players aren't always known as Canadian players. I think a lot of Americans probably assume SGA is American. I think Jamal Murray has been more reported on that he's Canadian. He was also a higher draft pick. But I think a lot of these guys, Americans are just like, they're just guys.
And to add to your point, the USA team doesn't look too strong. Like, no. This could be our chance to, lock in a little medal here. So let's see what we do for sure.
One thing I want to get your thoughts about before we talk about this big bread contract. Mikal Bridges on the podcast, they asked him, who's the player who's like you, who he's a role player right now, and he just needs opportunity, and he could be the next big guy.
Said your dog.
He said OG right away. What do we think about that?
He's going to get the chance this year. You said last year that it was going to be his breakout year. Mm-hmm. He started off really well.
Yeah.
Got injured. And we had niggas that were looking for contracts and niggas that were looking to, cement themselves as guys on our team. So made it a little tough for OG. Mm-hmm. But now, he has a little more freedom in the offense. I'm assuming that Scotty's going to play a little bit of point.
I think a lot of point.
You know what I mean? I don't know what the Pascal situation is. Even if Pascal is on the team, OG potentially could be our second option. Mm-hmm. So let's see what he does, bro.
Yeah, I think that it's very possible, but I just like that he's getting the love from
players around the league.
Yeah, from his peers.
For sure.
We basically never talk soccer on this podcast.
Football.
Never talk football on this podcast. But this is a reason right here. This $1.1 billion offer for M.O.P.
Where's the money sound effect?
Yeah, right? $332 million is the transfer fee. That is the wild part. The transfer fee being like $332.
Crazy.
Like, imagine if we had transfer fees in the NBA. Like, Nick Nurse's transfer fee got to be big bread. Like,
yep.
Fred VanVleet's transfer fee.
So how much was it? 760 or 776 or something?
Let me get the exact numbers here.
God damn, Billy
my quick math is not great.
1 year of football, and he turned it down too. M.O.P better than me, bro.
Yeah.
I would have been dancing with that money, bro.
Messi did it too. But
Messi's getting a big deal at Inter Miami, though.
Yeah.
But obviously not this type of bread. Even CR7's getting some food out there too.
Here's my thing is that I think that $776 million would be a salary for 1 year. For 1 year. That's the thing.
That's ridiculous, bro.
He's the youngest out of all these guys by so far. Like, a lot of people talk about can M.O.P one day surpass Messi. Personally, I don't think so. But M.O.P is so young.
You give me $1 billion, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
No, he's so young that it's like, you might as well. Here's my thing is that I understand these guys not wanting to do it because all these, even the golf league out there and the soccer leagues out there, they're not like competitive leagues. This is more like the Saudis out there, they just are into the game and want to see the top players.
Right.
They're not trying to turn a profit. Like, they're not making their money back on CR7. They wouldn't make their money back on this for sure. So it's more or less recreationally like, I like soccer, pull up, My thing is, what happens when these guys start getting interested in basketball? Because right now, these dudes, they don't even like basketball yet.
Yeah.
What happens when they catch the wrong or right highlight? And all of a sudden,
it takes is one dunk and they're like, ooh, let's get LeBron over here.
Like, I'm telling you, because do you really think that these NBA players are going to say no to that money?
Hell no.
That's my thing. I think the golfers saying no was surprising to me. Some of these top players in soccer saying no, it's still surprising, but makes more sense because they don't have a salary cap.
Yeah.
So a team can.
You know what I really, really think, bro?
What?
I think a top football player cares more about the game of football over money, as opposed. Well, obviously, money's a big thing, but as opposed to an NBA player, a top NBA player caring about basketball over money.
I think you're right.
I think there's more love for the game from football players, like at least at a certain level, than NBA players. And I'm not saying NBA players don't love the game. You have to get to that certain level by having a love for the game.
Yes.
But I feel like you can kind of tell when money is a motivation as opposed to like winning or enjoying the sport or loving the sport. Like you could tell, bro.
You think it's a North American thing?
I think it's a North American thing.
Yeah. I think so too. I think you're right because players have said that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear from other star players. They'll say, yo, I don't know if this nigga really loves ball like that. Compared to football, like, I'm not really like in football circles like that, but like, I don't really hear that from a lot of footballers.
No, you don't. You don't. You really don't. It is definitely more a love of the game, and I think too because it's more competitive with having more like a balance in terms of teams that are good.
Yeah,
and with more leagues, like there's like several leagues where there's really good teams.
Yeah.
Do you think too? Because basketball is like, I feel like basketball compared to certain other sports, like it's a league where like fans can get super into like a player, and like a player is like a big thing. Not saying like the team aspect's not as important. Like obviously to like do well, you gotta have a good team, you gotta have good people around you. But like, there's a big look at like just the individuals. Do you think the players kind of take that on?
Yeah, the NBA is built. The NBA is built on player first. In terms of marketing and advertisement, is player first. It's never team first.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of fans of like an NBA team anymore. No, I'm a LeBron fan. So that means I'm a Cleveland fan when he's there.
Yeah.
I'm a Miami fan when he's there. Now I'm a Laker fan. You know what I mean? Outside of the historic franchises like LA and like Boston, you don't really see that. It's more player driven. Like I'm going where this guy goes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? As opposed to football, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm a gunner for life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not switching up.
If I'm a Man U fan, I'm locked in. PSG, et cetera, the list goes on. You can see that feel and that hunger for and that appreciation when your team wins. We have more fair weather fans. Obviously, football is the biggest sport in the world, right? But we have more fair weather NBA fans, team fans, than a fan of that I've ever seen of an EPL squad.
Oh, by far.
So,
yeah, I think too. It's like the players are kind of more in tune with that. Like I think that's the thing too. Is like when a player moves teams in football, it holds weight by like when Ronaldo went to Man U. It's like this is a huge deal because it's Man U. You know, I don't see that as much in American sports of like
prestige.
You know what I'm saying? Families running the Houston Rockets. You know, like Houston Rockets have history. They have done great things.
Yeah,
but it's not a big deal because he's joining the Houston Rockets. It's just like another player joining another team.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're right because there's so many players in the league right now in the NBA at least who are quote unquote underpaid. You know, someone like Westbrook who's making 2 years $8.5 million. As the Saudis offer Westbrook $50 million,
he's fucking gone, bro.
He's gone.
But now look at the contrast with M.O.P. He's like, yo, I see the check. I'm gonna stay over here.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, you're right. That's a good you highlight that because I feel like we don't see that as often. We take it for granted because we're just not used to that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I definitely think it's a North American thing as opposed to like anything else.
I'm gonna switch up the order here because I have some questions for you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Start with Chris. Did you watch Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Ooh, guess what? I watched none of them.
Chris not a movie.
Not surprised.
He's not a movie nigga like
Chris
that.
don't have time for that.
Nah, if it's like, if I can't like get to it through my iPad or like, you know, when I'm like at home, then it'll be a while till I watch it.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been to the movies. Probably said this before in like years.
I was gonna say, you're not a movie
guy.
goer.
No, I used to be when I was younger, and then just like I don't know, I just stopped. Not that I stopped watching movies. I'm just not like as much as like a buff. Like I remember like when I first started with my girl, like she saw like nothing, and I'm like talking about all the old classics, and I'm like, have you not? But like now, not so much.
What about you?
I haven't seen either of them. I'll probably see Oppenheimer hopefully sometime this week. I'll probably see Barbie at some point in my yard as like a Netflix and chill type thing. Whenever it comes on streaming. I can't take myself to be seen walking into Barbie. But yeah, I'm a Christopher Nolan guy, so I really fuck with his films and his takes on historical events. So I'm gonna watch Oppenheimer. I started recently, I said this not too long ago, I started watching movies by myself, like going to the theater by myself. I'm definitely gonna do that for Oppenheimer. I'm done linking niggas, can we try to set up Thursday at 8 o'clock? Nah, I don't have time for that. You know, I don't like being the nigga in the group chat asking a question and it doesn't get
no answer.
Replied.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm that nigga that gets mad. I'm that guy.
and the VIP movie experience on your ones.
Come on,
undefeated. Honestly,
come on.
Yeah, I've never done a VIP movie by myself and been like, whack.
What? Sit back, put your feet up. You're good to go, man.
Yeah, I saw Oppenheimer. I think I saw the opening night on the Friday. I fell asleep through some of it.
Oh, it was date night?
Something like that. But
who'd you take out? Who'd you go with?
Don't even worry about it. I fell asleep during the movie.
I think I know who you went out with.
Okay. And It's really
I
good.
don't care about Oppenheimer, fam. Tell me about the date.
Nah, not important.
Did you get one popcorn or two?
No popcorn.
No popcorn?
No popcorn.
Candy. Yeah, drinks?
Drinks.
2 straws for 1 drink or 2
drinks.
2 straws, 2 drinks.
2 drinks. But Oppenheimer was good. I think I gotta watch it again though. I think I'm a big history person, so I feel like I missed so many gems because they were really making it like kind of on point with what really happened. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's a lot of I know you've heard the rumors that it's no CGI. There's probably 5-6 scenes where I'm like, there's no way this is not CGI.
Yeah.
Like there's some crazy, like they show the explosions and everything, and you're just like, this is not CGI.
I think Nolan prided himself on that.
Yeah, and then the other thing was apparently they shot it super fast. Like I think it was 70 days.
Oh wow.
And I don't know what the point of that is. Like I don't know what the plus of that is, but just watching.
We got shit to get to. We got shit.
But watching it, it's impressive to see that it happened, so quickly.
So how's the experience watching a movie with somebody for 3 hours? It's a long fucking movie to be with somebody.
Honestly, like, I don't really care about people while I'm watching a movie. Like, yeah, I can make jokes and we could whatever, but like, I'm not trying to entertain you during the movie. Like, I don't care. There's a movie on.
Okay.
Like that's.
You just never struck me as a movie date type of person.
Nah, I'm definitely a movie date person for sure.
I thought you were more like a let's go mini golf type of person.
Nah, because if I don't know if I like you like that, like I'm not trying to go do activities like that.
Yeah, but then the movie is like, we're not talking.
I'm trying to see the movie. Like I'm trying to be entertained. Like,
so are you like a?
Like, what about me?
You're like, yo, I'm trying to watch Oppenheimer. What are you saying? Like that's your vibe.
Like literally.
Or I think we should go to the movies. What do you want to
watch?
watch?
I'm trying to watch Oppenheimer. Like, are you free?
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Because here's my thing. Because we're gonna totally leave the dating conversation expeditiously.
No, that's why. See how the leading questions are. Yeah.
But I think that. This goes for all genders, however you identify. People are way too worried about trying to impress other person, entertain them. This is not your child. That's not what you should be worried about. I'm more thinking, I hope that I actually like you as a person. That's what I'm thinking about. I don't care at all if you're entertained or not. That never crosses my mind. And I never think about if they're having
doesn't
fun.
Entertainment come with engagement?
No, like, I want us to have a good time together. You know what I'm saying? A joint good time. But I'm not here being like, oh, I wonder if she's bored. Oh, it's kind of awkward. I'm not thinking none of that. I'm more worried about if I'm enjoying myself. I don't know you. Like, even if I do know you, I don't know you. Like,
I need more of that mentality.
Yeah, like
I'm going into these dates like, is she good? How's she feeling? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about that, not overthinking.
But you're thinking.
But I have it in my head like, yo, let me make sure she's good. Make sure she's having a good time. You're going into this like, I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, because my baseline level as a man is like making people feel comfortable. Like, I don't believe none of that alpha male shit personally, but as a man, your only true thing you have to do is make women and children feel comfortable.
I agree with that.
Other than that, get it how you live.
I agree with
that. So
that.
on a base level, I'm always trying to make women feel comfortable. Like, that's just how I am. So that's not changing. But I'm not here being like, I gotta make jokes. No,
you're not Chris Rock in that bitch.
No, like no. Like if Georgia Smith wants to pull up, I'll turn to Dave Chappelle in a second. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, facts.
But I'm not here trying to impress nobody. Whatever.
You know what's funny? I told my friends, we're watching NBA All Star, and Thames performed.
Yeah,
and I told my friends, and I wholeheartedly believe this in myself, in my confidence. I just need 30 minutes.
I know what you mean.
I just need 30 minutes. Not even with Thames, but just in general. I just need 30 minutes to know if your energy, if it's gonna connect with mine.
Yeah.
After 30 minutes, I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And if more than 30 minutes pass and I don't know, I've never experienced that. So it could be someone like fucking Lotto, or it could be Stacy down the street. I just need 30 minutes.
And you know what's up.
And you know what's up.
Yeah. I agree with that. Because to me, it's like, it's not always that deep. Like, you could just know pretty quickly, like, okay, we rock or we don't rock, or, So yeah, that's me. I'm not on the impress nobody 100%. Type of.
And I'm not saying after 30 minutes, I feel like we can rock with each other and you're my type and whatever. Obviously, some extenuating factors may pull up. Maybe our energies are different for certain things, or maybe like a next nigga's in your ear or something like that. But at its core, in terms of me and you having synergy, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Next thing.
No.
Go.
No, I agree with you. There's nothing like, I disagree with that 100%.
Fair.
Yeah, 30 minutes is it. I wanted to highlight though some of the times in the past when two movies have come out the same day, because the way this has been marketed, you would have thought it's the first time it's ever happened.
Barbenheimer?
Yeah, this is not the first time it's ever happened, but this is probably one of the biggest times it's happened. Now, if we go back to 87, Three Men and a Baby and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles came out the same day. That's two pretty classic movies. 1999, The Matrix and 10 Things I Hate About You came out on the same day. Toy Story and Casino in 95. Mamma Mia and The Dark Knight came out same day. And I thought it was interesting because it's like, not all these are you're going to see both movies. I think this is more like, because it's the internet and we make it more of an event, it's like you see both Barbie and Oppenheimer, even though Barbie basically doubled Oppenheimer in first week sales.
I mean, that was to be expected.
You know, but a lot of times when they have two of these big movies on the same day, it's not always you're going to see both of them. So I thought that was so interesting because this is the time people are being like, I gotta see the two of them.
Man, I listened to a movie reviewer that I listen to all the time. He's like, yo, I thought the same thing. He went and watched both. He said it was a big fucking mistake. It was 5 hours of time wasted, bro.
Yeah, no. And the thing too is like,
you're not mentally, you can't. Have you ever watched two movies at the same time? Sorry, not at the same time. Like
back to back?
Back to back?
No.
Dog, by the time the second movie comes, I'm mentally out of it, bro.
Yeah, no, you're mentally drained. Yeah. There's no way. And two, I think like, Barbie, the reason why Barbie is so big because it is Barbie. You know, like that's just
existing IP.
It was exactly what it is. And as well, it's like anything marketed to the girls and the gays is gonna sell off. We know that. Oppenheimer is not marketed toward the girls and the gays. Obviously, they can enjoy it, but it's not what it's marketed towards. So, you know, you can do the math on that one. I'm going to throw you the lob now because clearly this is the silent part of the podcast for you. Your anime suggestion of the week.
I'm back. Anime suggestion of the week. I want you guys to all sit back and tune into this anime that I've been watching recently. First season just dropped. Animation studio Mappa. Mappa does big things. And the anime is called Hell's Paradise. It is a very concise story. I don't think the manga is too long. So this season is just like you stuck on an island. Think Lost meets Demon Slayer. That's pretty much Hell's Paradise to it.
That's interesting.
That's kind of what you get out of Hell's Paradise. You're going to be fighting monsters. You're going to be learning about new abilities as you go. But the story is going fast, but it's really impactful. And people die. And that's what I like about this is a main character, somebody you'll think is that guy. Him is not him, and he'll die the next
like
episode.
That.
So I like shit like that. So Attack on Titan gave me those vibes a little bit. So Hell's Paradise is doing it too. But yeah, Hell's Paradise. That's my anime suggestion of the week. Omari is not here. He'd like to suggest an anime for everybody. Digimon. You guys go watch Digimon if you haven't heard of it before. It's a brand new anime that just came out. Digimon.
Digimon is crazy.
Even I know that one.
That's so funny. What has been the response on your anime suggestions? Like, what are people feeling?
Pretty good so far. Like any anime that I've been put on by that person, they've been able to reflect that back. Like last week, Ranking of Kings, my boy Justin, he put me on. He's like, shout outs, I appreciate that. So yeah, there you go.
No, I think that is anime or just even a drama. Like that is one of the key signs of a good show is when anybody could die. Like, I hate watching a show. This is what Power was like for me. Like, everyone loved Power, so I can never get into Power like that because it's like, I have no fear that Ghost is going to die. You know, like, Tommy, Ghost, like, I don't care who they owe money to.
I still think he's alive.
Spoiler alert. But it's like, I never watched a show and was like, oh my God, they're in a pickle. Like, what's going to happen to Tasha? Like, no, like, they're going to be fine. You know what I mean? So it's like, a show that actually that's not the case, where it's like, oh, Ralph keeps getting through this, like, whatever. And then next thing you know, Ralph is fucking dead. It takes
that realism out of it. Like, yeah. You come in like with that sense of urgency, like, fuck, man, I got anxiety now. Like, this nigga, I've been with this guy for 3 episodes and he's just going to die like that.
Yeah, The Wire is like that. Game of Thrones was like that.
Breaking Bad got like that at a certain point outside of Walt and Jesse.
Yeah, Breaking Bad got like that. So it's like, I think that's the true like tell of a really good show is like anybody could get it, you know? Because especially when certain people die, you're just like, who is the main character now? There's shows, I know you guys have watched shows too where it's like, you're like, this dude's the main character for 2.5 seasons. Like, who is the main character now.
Yep.
I really don't
Yeah.
know. So yeah, I like that a lot in a show.
Real quick, I got my creator showcase before we close this episode. I talked about them a little bit earlier, but Legacy Hoops, they just did their inaugural season. It's almost done. If you guys are interested in basketball, if you guys are interested in creating a team, these guys are really good at what they do. They're growing, they're developing, like they're getting more organized. They're working hard towards giving you guys a good basketball product. So if you want to set up for a little men's league for you and your friends and have it be pretty competitive, link Legacy Hoops. The gym's in Etobicoke. These guys really care about what they're doing, so shout outs to them.
Big shout out to Legacy Hoops. I think Chris should go first for this next segment. I think that kind of sets the tone. Non-rap suggestion of the week. What do you got, Chris?
So I got, first off, start with rest in peace, Tony Bennett. I'm going with a Tony Bennett classic, I Want to Be Around.
Wow.
Yeah, had to when I saw that. That's in my dinner, that's in my regular rotation for like chill Italian dinner music.
I like you going with the Tony Bennett choice. Obviously, it's an absolute classic. I chose a classic as well, so we're going with classics this week. But I'm reading Larry King's book right now, and Tony Bennett is one of the people he mentioned as like one of the greatest voices of all time.
R.I.P. Larry King.
Yeah, R.I.P. Larry King, R.I.P. Tony Bennett's not dead.
No, you said Larry King.
No,
Tony Bennett died last week.
Tony Bennett?
Last week?
Dude, yeah. Am I tripping? I'm going to
Yo,
Google this.
I did not know this. I just don't want to kill off nobody who's not dead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, no, Larry King's dead.
Larry King is definitely dead.
But that's
Tony
how Chris
Bennett?
started. Oh, man, Chris, you're calling the man. Is he dead?
Oh, he did die last week.
Yeah, okay. I was tripping for a second.
How did I miss that? Damn. R.I.P. Tony Bennett.
All right,
Damn.
Tony Bennett. For sure.
Want me to go next or you got it?
I thought that you said your song. Oh, no, you said shout outs to. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
So my song, and this is kind of the wave I've been on recently, is like that early 2000s, like pop rock era, even 90s when it was like, what do you call that 90s sound? Like new wave pop, those like
pop punk kind of thing?
Not pop punk, but you know those like airy drums that they used to do in the 90s? If you hear, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, this song, Truly Madly Deeply, Savage Garden. Yeah, this is if you want to get in your feels in like a 90s, 2000s way.
Pop grunge.
There we go. Pop grunge. But yeah, Savage Garden, Truly Madly Deeply.
Okay. Both of your picks. I recently rewatched one of my favorite movies, Baby Driver by Edgar Wright. Good movie. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it, but it's heavily influenced with music. Like,
I think it's a classic.
Yeah, it's up there for me. So I think you'd enjoy it because the soundtrack is really good and the music goes with the scenes like perfectly. Like you're watching a long music video for a lot of the scenes. So it's like, have you seen Drive with Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
It's like Drive meets, I don't know. Drive meets music.
Drive meets Taken?
Nah, definitely not. Man on Fire. No, but it's a heist movie pretty much.
Cool.
But it's more lighthearted than Drive, and the music is like super influential into like the scenes and how it's made.
Nice.
So there's a song, it's the first song in the movie. It's called Bell Bottoms by the John Spencer Blues Explosion. I fuck with that song, bro. Like there's different levels to it. When you get halfway through and he starts talking about bell bottoms, it gets me hype. And the beginning's cool too. So yeah, bell bottoms for sure.
Sick.
I forgot about that movie, so that's going to be added to my list of like movies to rewatch.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I would say it's better than Drive, personally.
I enjoyed it better than Drive. Drive was a little too
Drive's more serious
for me.
Yeah, I think it's better than. I think it's probably one of the best movies that's like heisty action, but not all the way serious.
Yes.
But I went to their album, John Spencer Blues Explosion. I guess this is one of their compilation albums. The album's first called Dirty Shirt Rock and Roll. Obviously, we know what that's about. But they have the two songs after this song called Bell Bottoms, History of Sex. Can't wait to hear what that's about. And Fuck Shit Up.
Okay.
That's about.
Right.
So
there's some interesting names. Bell Bottoms, History of Sex, and Fuck Shit Up.
Yeah, all those things obviously go together.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, very, very seamless.
Yeah. Got to take the bell bottoms off as you're learning about sex to fuck shit up.
Yes. And maybe it could be in any order, honestly.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Fuck shit up in your bell bottoms, learning about history of sex.
Jeez.
I think that's it for us, man. I'm happy we got to record again. It's been tough scheduling for a little bit.
Very tough scheduling.
For sure.
I feel like post Caribana will be back in a good flow. Good timing for everything, but you guys are sticking with us. You guys are listening to everything, and we're getting the product out as soon as possible. I do believe that Omari will be back next episode. He's off of probation.
I'm screaming.
I went to my bullying classes. My anti-bullying classes. The bullying classes got me into this issue. Man. So I went to my anti-bullying classes. They talked to me. I'm calm now. I'm ready to go. You guys check us out. Adriel, tell them where to find us.
Find us on YouTube at
The Mayor Media.
On Instagram at
The Mayor Media.
And on TikTok at
The Mayor's Office.
Of course, subscribe to the podcast on all your podcast platforms. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts. Of course, if you want to see the Mayor's Office podcast, go up the ratings. Leave us a rating and a review. 5 stars, not a single star less. And of course, until next time, know yourself, know your worth.